bring about these types of characteristics and behaviors in the body of believers. For you see, those who would be a tumult will attach themselves to the body. However, they are not a part of the body.
Amen.
For those a part of the body has suffered the process of greatness.
Amen.
Those who would be tumult have rebuked the process itself. For God chastises those whom he loves. And those who will not receive chastisement is a tumult.
Amen.
This is why when someone receives glorifying or being glorified because they have made it through the process of glory. But if you have not suffered the process of glory, why are you looking to be glorified? You must understand that any time God promotes you is that you went through a season of chastisement and correction. In other words, God can't promote you if your character can't deal with the promotion.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
I can't be bishop in 3 years unless God prepared me to bear the weight of being a bishop. So don't get no attitude if you've been suffering and dealing with what you so-called suffering and dealing with the things of God for 20 years and you're still in the same place.
Wow.
Don't get an attitude. Don't get an attitude when Daquan and his little self gets promoted. Because you don't know all that he went through. You don't know what's been going on in his life, and you don't know how he responded when things weren't going well. When y'all was sitting at home, he was down in Duarte. When you was complaining that I don't get acknowledged, he was laboring and never got his name mentioned. That's why some of y'all got twisted when he got promoted. Because that was the first time in 2 years that his name got mentioned. He ain't never said, Bishop, you ain't never thanked me. Cleaning folks' yard and cleaning up the church and leaving straight from school to come to the things of church and all that he did and all that he went through. And you got to understand that his house ain't perfect, so you know he had to put up with issues with mama. He's got to put up with issues with his sister. He's putting up with issues at school and his friends.
Amen. That's the truth. Thank you, Lord.
Many of y'all didn't even know he was here. He been we still trying to figure out, did he ever miss? Did he ever even miss a service? I know personally that he rearranged his schedule to do the things of God. And I not once have I ever thanked him. I've never mentioned his name, but I've never acknowledged him. But whether I acknowledge him or not is irrelevant. Because I can put him up and put him down. He don't need acknowledgement from me. But what he got was acknowledgement from God. Oh, shucks. Because when God put you up, ain't nobody put you down.
Amen.
All folks can talk all they want about you. It's still going to happen. Minister Daquan. That's who he is. You can't do nothing about it. You get an attitude and you can talk about it. All you're going to do is make him go through another trial and another tribulation. And he's going to get more problems. He's going to be Pastor Daquan. And you're going to still keep talking about it. And then you'll be Bishop Daquan. And you're going to keep talking about it. And you'll be Apostle Daquan. So keep talking about it. Keep crucifying him. You're doing him a favor. Because every time you talk bad about him, God has to promote him. So instead of talking bad about him, rejoice with him. Because you got to know if God did it for him, he can do it for you. Praise God. Time to go to work. And so, beloved, tumults are not a part of the body. but they're attaching themselves to the body. They have rebuked the process of greatness. In so doing, rebuke chastisement from God. Those, beloved, that are a part of the body glory in their struggles. Those who would be tumults try to get glory despite the struggles. This is where I'm going to teach you how to have a good marriage when there's nothing good about my marriage. Many people believe because I have scriptural reference and I know how to articulate it, I can teach it. Not so. You are a bad representation. How can you teach about love when you hate everybody?
That's right.
How can you be an under shepherd of the people when you can't stand the people? Matter of fact, you don't even like people. Why you want them to come hear you?
Right.
You can just stand and preach to yourself in the mirror.
Right.
It'll be all right. Maybe you'll hear something good that you're saying, and maybe that, oh shucks, maybe there'll be some change in your life. Since you don't want to hear nobody that's over you, I don't receive no man that's above me. I'm God all to myself. Oh shucks, then go talk to your God, and maybe your God can make some change. But here's the problem, your God been talking to you for 50 years, and you still ain't heard him right. So maybe you ought to shut your God up and go get a gander at another. But I'm not talking to you all today. And so, beloved, tumults attach themselves to the body to assume the greatness. And because one attaches themselves to greatness until they themselves have experienced the process of greatness, they themselves cannot take part of the greatness. Many people have attached themselves to your life. This is that draining and that pulling on you because they desire not to put nothing back. And because they can't get the greatness out of you, nor detach you from that which makes you great, this is where the tumult's instability is revealed, resulting in arguments, envy, anger, selfish ambition, backbiting, whispering, and conceit. You know, this is where I like the flow of the Jesus Foundation Family Church, and I want the results. So what I'll do is I'll attach myself to it so that I can get the results from it. And since I can't get it from him, what I'll do is I'll put him down and build myself up to the people that listen to him. I'm going to connect myself and make him my friend. You know he's my personal friend. I go over his house and I'm in his refrigerator. And I can get everything I want from him. So what you ought to do is you don't necessarily need to talk to him. You can just talk to me and it'll be all right. And I'm here to let you know if a leader in this ministry indicates to you that you should talk to them and they don't encourage you to come see me, they are tumult. Because what they're trying to do is draw you unto themselves because they see something great about you. And so what they want to do is get you to connect to them so that they can appear to be great themselves. And so you got to recognize that they are a tumult, and what they want to do is suck you dry. They don't want you to come to me because what I'll do is I'll let you attach yourself to me. And then you will be even greater than what we are. Now, beloved, what you have to consider, that anything that attaches itself to you that does not give life, that produces backbiting, envying, conceit, selfish ambition, these things and these attributes are cancerous to the body of believers. And if left unchecked, a tumult can kill greatness. Then the tumult leaves the dead body, said it was never great in the first place. I told you. You should have came with me. I told that thumb, if you had left with me now, the thumb, you would have still been alive with me. These are cancerous attributes to the body of believers. And if left unchecked, a tumult can kill greatness. Now, a tumult sort of reminds me of a word that sounds similar, tumor. So I decided, that is real close to tumor to me. Let me look at tumor. Now watch this now. Webster defines tumor as an abnormal and functionalist new growth of tissue that arises from uncontrolled cellular proliferation. In other words, it's a new tissue that is not a part of the body. It's abnormal and it's uncontrollable. If left unchecked, it may attack the cells of an organ of the body to which it is attached to, causing cancer or other illnesses, possibly resulting in death. Now, if the tumor begins to spread, have you ever heard a story that a woman was 100 some odd pounds, and when they cut her belly open, it was a 60-pound tumor? Basically, that tumor was wearing her down, for all she thought it was a weight issue. No, baby, you got a tumor. Some of y'all right now can't hardly move and you're tired all the time because you got a tumor. Oh, shucks. Y'all not getting it right now. You got a tumor attached to you. Actually, you need to cut it off. If left unchecked, it attacks cells and organs of the body to which it is attached to, causing cancer and other illnesses, possibly resulting in death. Now, if the tumor begins to spread, endangering the cells or organs of the body, the tumor should be surgically removed immediately. Amen. Now watch this. If I got a tumor on my toe, and my toe becomes infected, in order to get rid of the tumor so that my body can live, I got to cut off my toe.
Amen. That's right.
Oh, beloved, if you got a tumor connected to you and you allowed it to spread in your life, you got to go with the... Amen. I'll cut off that toe to save my body. I'll cut off my leg to save my body. I'll cut off my arm to save my body. The fact of the matter is, I'll cut off my body to save my body. I'm not going to hell for nobody. Amen. Y'all missed it. Y'all missed it.